What's up, people? This is Coach Derek and Manny Fresh and the Jedi at Night. What's up, fellas? Coach Jack the Ripper.
What did it do?
We live, Soapboxing Podcast.
What's going on, Facebook? We are live as well. Coach is live on Instagram. Why is that flash on?
We're trying to beat this heat. That's what I know. What's up? It's working?
Yeah, we good. All right. Well, gentlemen, what a weekend we had last weekend in boxing. We had some great local, local amateur show going on here in Houston at the Shrine Arena Theater. Professional, yeah. We had some of our fighters on that show. Then we had the Ruiz Joshua fight going on. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. Before we get in there, how was y'all's weekend? How was y'all's week?
Pretty good.
Uncle Baby.
Growing.
Yeah.
Big man doing stuff.
It happens fast, man.
Actually, about a month ago yesterday,
Did you?
had a little swell.
How old is he? 3? No, 2 months.
Right under 3 months.
3 months.
Next week is 3 months.
How was your weekend, Coach?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm always tired, man. No rest for the weary.
Man, I'm excited. I woke up this morning, I got in my truck and I started banging some new speakers that I got. I went to go check out my boy George at CJ Auto. He put 2 tens and some Fosgate amp pushing it.
Come on.
It ain't nothing like waking up to some screw
Hanging like it's
banging.
Hanging like it's 92
Yeah.
again, huh?
I'm surprised y'all didn't hear me coming in, leaving my house.
A little bit. Little thump.
You heard that thump?
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
He's on the Katy area, right? Cypress Katy.
Yeah, well, he's got 2 locations. He's got one on Fry Road. I think it's 3616 North Fry Road. But I'll go ahead and put the address on the comments if I'm incorrect on it. But I think it's 3616. And then he has one on 529 and in between Greenhouse and Barker Cypress. CJ Sounds. They've been around for a while too, man. They got a good reputation here in Houston. They're doing their thing, and they're big supporters of the show, big supporters of our fighters. They're always showing love. So if y'all are in need of any auto or truck accessories, they got a promo code for us as well. So you can show up, you let them know about that Hitman promo, and they'll take care of you. So that's something to keep your eye out for.
What's the promo code?
Hitman.
Just Hitman.
Yeah, Hitman. Promo Hitman. CJ Sounds.
So we was, I think Robert had already fought when we was back there warming up for Quentin. And a bunch of guys was over there huddled up watching this fight. And
Yeah, we was back down.
and man, AJ went down, and AJ went down. I said, well, goddamn. But
Well, that was, when that happened, that was already like the 3rd or 4th time. Well, how many times did he go down in that fight?
I think he went down 4 times.
4 times.
4 or 5 times.
Because I was on the outside and somebody came up to me. What was what's that young lady that's in the back, the official?
Shelby.
Shelby.
Yeah.
Yeah, she. I had walked by her and she motioned to me. She's like, "Hey, AJ went down." I'm like, that's when I went back there. I told y'all AJ went back down. And you're like, "Nah, hey, no, he didn't."
I'm one of the millions who wasn't up on Ruiz, man. I had no idea who he was, so I can't pretend like I had him picked, like I see a lot of people doing after.
I can't say I even knew the name.
No, I didn't know him at
Well,
all.
I'm
Trying to see. My bad. Go ahead.
I never heard of him, but he had fought just like 2 or 3 weeks prior, right? And I know,
I think 5 weeks, yeah, a month ago.
yeah, a month
Before
ago,
that.
and the only reason that I was familiar with the name was because of the Snickers. The whole Snickers bit, right? He's sponsored by Snickers. Or
Not yet.
he's always eating Snickers or something. Anyhow, I had seen him at the press conference at the fight that he had. But other than that, I still had no idea who he was.
It was evident. So the next day, Sunday morning, man, I got on the computer and looked it up, and yeah, he just wasn't on my radar to gig a fight, man. Then I seen, he had 100-something amateur fights and 30-something pro fights, and the one he lost was disputed. I see a lot of people thought he may have won. I didn't watch Josh Parker, the Parker fight with Ruiz, but it was evident this kid could fight. It was evident that he came to win too. He wasn't intimidated by the scene, the crowd, the size of the event.
Nah,
He's a fighting man, bro. He showed up and did. Surprisingly, I tell you what, I did see. Again, after I watched the fight, I did see where Freddie Roach and Jeff Mayweather both, when they was asked about this fight prior, they both said, play around with Ruiz if you want. He's gonna come to fight, and if AJ's not on his note, he'll win. I think both of them picked AJ, but Freddie Roach said he trained Ruiz for 7 years, so he knew him well.
Well, he was what, 25 to $100? Shit, man. $1,000 would have got to 25.
Yeah, the odds were not good.
Well, and things, looking at him fight, it just lets you know, man, how many people don't know boxing, including, in my opinion, AJ's corner, man. It's one thing that a fighter overlooks a guy, and because he's overconfident or whatever, that's one thing. But, heavyweight fighting, man, Ruiz is 6'2", 260 pounds. If nothing else, that means he can punch. Yeah.
How tall is AJ? 6'6"?
6'6", yeah.
Yeah, because I felt like AJ was just taller over him.
Yeah, but AJ fights like he's 5'11", so the height never even came into play.
Let's look at that.
In fact, Ruiz was the one fighting tall.
Talk about, look at the difference though. I just, we talk about clear signs, and you brought this up before. I mean, in our chat room you were talking about.
Well, I brought up, now, hold on now. Before the fight started, I watched this and I went straight to Facebook and said, hey, something wrong with Joshua, man. And my guess was that he was hurt in sparring or something. Because that not being able to keep that mouthpiece in his mouth is a sure sign of your brain and your body not working in together. And now, thinking about it, I don't think that was from the concussion. I think that was from nerves. I think he was gagging on that mouthpiece. I think he really didn't want to be there. He was going through that because he felt it was his responsibility, so he walked out the fight, but he knew. And his biggest fear happened. He got hit right in the temple, and that went them legs. So, if there's any truth to him being knocked out 8 days before the fight, his people ought to be ashamed of themselves. Because they're buying into his looks as much as the public.
Right.
You thought, because Andy Joshua looks like the Incredible Hulk, he's going to go out there and whoop this kid, but y'all was in front of a real fighter, man. That was going to go out there and test him. And nobody knew. Like I said, I didn't know. Hindsight, I didn't know who he was. But clearly, Andy Joshua didn't want to be there, so you got to say he fights in Wimbledon in front of 90,000. And so it couldn't have been the people. It couldn't have been the size of the event. They do big pomp and circumstance like when Klitschko fights in Germany with all the fireworks and all that shit. It wasn't the size of the event, man. He was doubting himself, man. So I know they denied him being hurt in camp and all that, but it's clear as day to me that he was.
What about, and there's been talk about, how we do different drug testing out here than we do over there. How much you think that played? You think that had to do with that?
Personally, I don't believe so either.
No?
Ruiz was a fighter that came not just for the paycheck, but he expected to win himself.
And looking back
Right.
at all the build-up, he was telling everybody who was asking him a question.
He was game.
I'm coming. I'm coming to take these belts, man. I'm bringing this championship home. So it wasn't just talk. He was coming to fight, man. Now, as incompetent as his corner seems to be, it almost makes you question, you know, he's such a big part of the zone. Would they be foolish enough to let him be taking performance enhancers and shit with all this money on the line? Well, your mind says no, but they sent their boy out there who just was knocked out, man. So I don't think the kid's on. I think he's just a bodybuilder, man. I think he lifts weights. He weight trains with boxing to be that size.
When he first went professional, though, that was a big topic of discussion.
Because he looked.
Is he on performance enhancers? Because I don't know if y'all seen back in 2010-11, he couldn't have been bigger than 180 pounds, 185. Real slim, muscle mass. Yeah, muscle mass was thin.
That's the guy you always talk about being a basketball player, right? To be a bodybuilder.
No, Wild, the basketball.
Okay, and he's the body.
He's the weightlifter. Yeah.
Go look back at
Fury the only
Joshua
fighter.
before he went professional.
I've seen him where he looks like a kid, like looks like a boy.
Yeah. Now, granted, he did get his man weight and
Yeah.
strength, but still,
He filled out.
He filled out all the way. It was a big change, though.
Well, you never know, man. You never know. And that lack of confidence. Like I said, my theory, and it's just a theory until it, you know, AJ's taking it on the chin. He's taking responsibility for everything. So
Yeah,
you'll never know. You'll never know what's the truth. But
I love how he's coming out and getting in front of it, taking responsibility, ownership.
Absolutely.
That's a professional. That's a true professional.
Well, here's the thing. No matter if Herm, his daddy, his mama, Jesus, Santa Claus, it don't matter who said, come on, you can do it. He still said, okay,
Right.
and went out there. So, and you know, everybody who's getting in their feelings because they think you're disregarding what Andy did, they missing the point I'm making. I'm not disregarding. Andy Ruiz still had to go right out there and check his fucking chin. So, that has neither here nor there. He don't know that.
Right.
He don't know that.
Right.
Well, let me take that back. I did talk to my partner who was out there, and I asked him, was there any whispers about AJ being hurt in camp? And he said, absolutely. He said it was all up there.
Prior to the event, though, right?
Yeah, in
Look,
camp.
how you see him in round one?
Who?
Joshua. Both of them.
You don't know when to shoot.
Joshua's not. It's funny. Joshua ain't the best fighter anyway, and he's fundamentally sound compared to Wilder. But he's not the greatest. He don't use any of his natural gifts, his size, his reach, none of that.
But not just his physical attributes. This fight in the first round compared to a previous fight.
Lack of confidence, totally. He didn't want to be there. He was basically picking and poking, trying to see what's gonna happen. I imagine he was, you know, trying to settle the nerves that we seen coming out
He
there.
looked very physical.
So did you give him round one? Ruiz? But did someone actually have someone Joshua winning?
One of the announcers had, when he got stopped, had Joshua winning 5 of the 7 rounds. You've been knocked down 4 fucking times. You know. But you know, you can't listen to commentators anyway. And there's very few commentators that know boxing, man. They color guys, they sports analysts, man. Look how they give that Stephen A.
Yeah.
Dude a voice.
That dude.
He should be ashamed to talk about boxing.
You know what Stephen A. Smith.
He's not there, look. He's not there. At all. He's hollow-eyed, talking back, He's not there, man.
He gets paid.
Focus-wise.
He gets
He ain't hurt
paid
yet.
to be a personality. Like you have Ketterman. He's a boxing guy. He's always been a boxing guy.
Yeah.
And when he switched over and he went, he became
HBO guy?
no, when he went to
ESPN?
ESPN, they started covering basketball and all that. That's not his forte. But he says he doesn't sound like an ass.
Well, I think he does his homework right on stats
Yeah.
and shit like that. Yeah.
He,
But he's a boxing guy.
But he's a boxing guy
Yeah.
who converted to mainstream sports. Stephen A. just sounds like a fucking jackass. And then the way he tries to defend himself, saying he wasn't talking about his boxing, he was just talking about how
I love Canelo.
How he looks.
Jerk or whatever
Yeah.
Canelo said. You talking about something you don't know.
now he's lucky that boxing fans and the boxing world is not as sensitive as maybe the rest of the world, because he could have easily been gone after for fat shaming and body shaming and
One
talking
thing-
negative about Ruiz.
One thing I want to say about Ruiz too, that Coach brought it to my attention. One night we was talking about the fight again after hours. Andy took some shots, man. Joshua was hitting him with that pole and his fucking head was snapping back, bro. And that's what I mean. You gotta give Andy Ruiz all the credit in the world. Talking about him being injured before the fight does nothing to tarnish Andy Ruiz to me. To me, it shows the incompetence of his corner and his handlers. Nothing to do with Andy.
He just seems so uncomfortable. But
He's not confident, man.
it's two different styles and two different body types. Do you think that Ruiz just has his number? That Ruiz is just not.
Well,
a
they
good-
style definitely don't match.
Yeah, it's not a good fight for. I
Joshua.
feel like this fight's better for Ruiz than it is for Joshua. Ruiz being the shorter man.
He's just dangerous because he's so big and
Yeah.
strong. But style-wise, I tell you, Ruiz is fighting like a little Canelo. He's staying right there, giving him something to counter off of. He's poking that head in there so he'll shoot and counter. His head out. This kid can fight, bro. He can flat out fight, man. And Joshua.
Joshua doesn't look like he knows what to do against him. He's confused.
No, he's not there. He's not there. And when I say he's not there, I'm not talking about he's concussed right now. I'm saying he's not confident.
Right.
He's hoping something happens. And that's why when he clipped him with that left hook, he jumped right on top of him, reckless, and it cost him. But
I wish I could have this fight going.
no defensive responsibility. He's giving up his height.
Look how he's walking back to the corner. It's only the second round.
Yeah,
He's dejected.
and to if you want to say anything for Hearn and them, to be honest, the night of the fight ain't the time to call the fight off either. It was 8 days ago when he got knocked the fuck out. That's when you say we got injured, right? Hell, you could even say he's knocked out. He got hurt in sparring. He got clipped. Got to postpone this thing, you know.
So as a coach, your responsibility, you see your fighter shaking up. How long do you give your fighter to regain his wits about himself? I'm not saying for this night, but in general, camp is about over.
One of my guys get knocked out,
You either fight or you don't fight.
and we don't fight. Because, in fact, he's not going to get hit in the head for 30 days.
Right.
You're not in the gym for a month. So, I don't even want you hitting bags. I don't want you doing nothing, man. Just chill the fuck out, man. Your brain only got so many shots it can take, man. And people got to understand that about fighting, man. This ain't you know, George Foreman and Benoit Hopkins fucked it up for a lot of people. They think people can do that. No, nobody can't do that shit, man. You can't take years of abuse like that. And once you got that hairline fracture in the chin, it just opens wider and wider. So you gotta be a lot more defensive, and know when you're in trouble, when you ain't. And clearly Joshua has no clue. I mean, he's a young guy. He's learning to fight how he's learning to fight. But his loyalty to his coach might cost him later on down the line. It might cost him, man. And I'm not one of these guys who call for people to get fired and all that. But
Well, there's a lot of people
somebody
saying-
should be telling him, say, dude, this was a horrible fucking idea. And you did, and you got whooped, and you're taking responsibility. Okay, now we gotta think about the fact that you wasn't protected, man. Surely his dad and his mom and shit got something to say about it, you know. Even with him taking, you know. Well, look, I said, it's too much money on the line. I went out there, I thought I'd get him, I got caught. All right. I tell you, in December though, I look for this Mason to go right at him too. You think he's confident tonight?
Shit.
Watch next time.
You can't tell him nothing. But the thing is, like you said, we really didn't know who he was, but he was still out there working, training, putting in the work. What was he, 33 or 32 and 1?
Something like that.
33 and 1. With 100 and what? 105
for the Olympic team from Mexico.
Fought for the Olympic team.
Yeah,
So
this
he wasn't an overnight success.
This was a massive fuck up.
Yeah.
What I mean is, from her and them's perspective, man, because clearly they thought in terms of size and strength. You know, yeah, okay, he's got experience with DJ. Come on, man, you're huge. You gonna beat this fat boy up?
Right.
Clearly they thought that.
Right.
And like I said, I didn't know who he was prior to this, but I wasn't fighting him either, Jack.
Right.
We wasn't going up against him. Had I been going up against him, we'd have done all the homework. We'd have seen all his fights. We'd have looked at everything.
You feel like Hearn didn't do the research? Because it's not like it wasn't out there. It's not like he wasn't a name already known in the boxing community, though.
Yeah, I think chances is he left it up to his corner and everything. You know, hey, look, when they offer one of our guys fights, right? They send me the guy. I go right and look him up, see what I can see on him before I ever agree to fight him. So surely, her being his promoter, manager, probably said, "What's AJ's trainer's name? Y'all know?"
Nah.
McCracken. Surely he said McCracken. All right, we got this kid. He's in shape. Just fought a month ago. Can we get him? And they looked at him and said, "Yeah, we get him." Again, that's why the corner's response to him getting hurt earlier needs to be correct, man. You gotta protect the guy, man.
Facebook, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We are live at the Grind Boxing Academy on Soapboxing Podcast. We have Jack the Ripper here with us today. We're going over this Ruiz Joshua fight. Hell of a turn of events. A lot to talk about, from the actual fight to Joshua being knocked out or being knocked down. Knocked out, right? He was knocked out.
The rumor.
The rumors he was knocked out during sparring the week before. We're talking about whether Hearn should have pulled him.
He was clearly concussed after the third round, though. He clearly was concussed.
So, did Ruiz at this point already go down?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ruiz, and
He got back up and knocked him down.
So, and that's another thing too. I mean, it's not a fluke. You got knocked down and you come
No,
back.
no, it's not a fluke at all. That's why.
You got knocked down, you come back, and you take the round.
Listen, man. Saying if Anthony Joshua was hurt in sparring leading up to this, 8 days before this, it just is what the fuck it is, man. They still chose to fight.
Right.
Nobody's taking nothing from Ruiz, man. Ruiz, even if they told Andy, this guy's been knocked, he still got to go out there and touch that chin.
Right.
He still got to go out there
work.
confident. He still got to fight. So it ain't taking shit from him, man. My argument is this. If the roles were reversed, I would be arguing for Andy, saying, what the fuck was his corner doing, bro?
Right.
What was it? Why would you send that man in there, you know, at a disadvantage? So, it just is what it is, man. The facts is, The boy is the first Mexican heavyweight champion in the history of boxing. He earned it, and he earned it by kicking the Giants' ass that everybody thought was going to whoop him. So there's no taking away nothing, man.
AB, what's going on, my man? Appreciate you tuning in. AB says we need a fire stick, so we can watch the fight on full screen.
Tell him, get us one.
We'll holler at you. And he also wants to know who wins on the rematch.
50-50 to me, man.
I would say so.
I think Andy's gonna come right in there and fight.
I think Joshua's gonna be hella precautious.
Yeah, very.
Hella precautious.
Very. So he'll either stink the place out doing a touchdown impression.
And it's gonna be a tough camp for him too.
Yeah, because who they fuck, man. Listen, his confidence could be shook. You know, people has proved, you know, real fighter, Lennox Lewis has been swept twice.
Right.
But Lennox Lewis understood I messed up when we teach our fight. Let me get back in the gymnasium, see where I went wrong and fix it. Joshua's gonna have to have that kind of character, man. Because Andy Ruiz, just me watching this fight, not knowing, he's gonna come to fight, bro. Soon as that bell rings, he coming there and getting that ass. Now, I would hate if he don't, you know, you can't tell he's in shape from his body because it's just bad genetics, but he's in shape. No, he's in shape.
He's quick.
He's in shape, man. So I don't look for him not to come. Look, I said the other day, his purse was 5, right?
5 million?
No, that was, old boy was 7. They offered him 5. Well, that's what I heard anyway. What you call him was 7? Big Big?
I thought he was 7 as well. But
Okay, and it could, but I hear 5. So 50% of that go to Sam as soon as you get the check, right? So that's 2.5. Manners was gonna take Dick for it. 25%.
And you got my mama.
25% out of 2.5 is what? You down to a meal.
1.25.
Yeah. And he needs that $10 million payday for the rematch, right? To get rich. You know? So I don't look for this boy not to be hungry in the rematch. I look for him to come out there and try to win again.
I hope he wins again. I know
I'm rooting for the American. Man, I'm never confused on my loyalty. I don't care if I like
Straight up.
Joshua or not. You know, he seemed like a good guy, but I'm rooting for that tattooed Mexican, bro. Come whoop that ass, man.
My initial thought was, man, if there was any way to get past Anthony, don't fight Anthony, go straight to Wilder. I think Wilder would have been a better fight for him. Because if he loses to Joshua, if he loses to Joshua or he loses to Wilder, it's the same difference. It's not gonna.
Well, he could probably make some more money
But the
fighting
upside-
Wilder.
yeah,
The thing
upside,
is,
yeah.
he had to sign for a rematch to get the fight.
Of course.
So he got to do it. Or be tied up in litigation. And we just said after 5, he got 1. Can't afford to pay for that shit. So going out, and plus he knows he can whoop this guy. Right? So let's take 10 million, let's go out there and fight.
So what are we saying? We're saying we're going to see Ruiz. So Ruiz is going to fight Joshua in December. Then we'll set him up with a fight with Wilder in March.
Nah, I don't think Wilder's going to fight.
And then
He might mess around and give him more teas before that.
and then we'll have a
He gets a
Mexican.
He gets a freebie.
A Mexican Irishman fight, dream fight in June.
That won't go.
Wilder.
That won't go
Wilder.
good for
Fury versus Ruiz.
That won't go good for my man right
That's that's a dream fight right there.
I would be rooting for Ruiz too, but that ain't gonna work. Now you're talking about a 6'9" motherfucker that can box. It's a whole different level right there. He would need Fury to get real arrogant and catch himself slipping, which he's been known to do. For him to have any success in there with Tyson Fury.
Nah, Fury's all game right now. This is his last chance.
Yeah. He's in shape. He never left the gym.
After this, ain't no coming back.
Right. He can't fall off no more. I tell you, man.
Tony wants to know, did Joshua overlook Ruiz, or did Ruiz just have a great plan like he said he did?
He had a great plan, and Joshua's people overlooked Ruiz. Tell him. That's what I think. Oh, he's on this. My bad. What's his name? Tony. Clearly, Joshua's people overlooked Ruiz. Clearly.
And if the word on the street is accurate that he was hurt during camp, what you said earlier, it's a big fuck up on their part.
Very,
big fuck up.
very.
So all
I
of
don't,
that
you know,
played part.
this is because it's such a complicated. Because there's so much on the line. You have millions. You have your health. You have the show.
And the zone ain't winning, by the way. Y'all know that, right? The zone is losing money like a big money. So the zone. That's why I seen at one point they showed the zone guy he's sitting on side of Mikey Garcia, and Mikey Garcia's going crazy for Ruiz.
Yeah.
And the zone owner is sick as a drippy dick, looking at this boy get beat all around the head, man. So
Look,
this was a major malfunction right here.
Joshua did what he was supposed to do. He's a fighter. He's conditioned to fight. You know, we have fighters come through here and they talk about their injuries. They lie. Doctors tell them not to fight. They still fight.
Right.
It's in their DNA. They want to fight. They have one job to fight. Yeah, absolutely. You know, his management team. That's why people have teams in place to protect you.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, man, a tore rotator cuff, a sprained ankle, all that's different than a concussion.
Oh, right. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All that's different than being knocked out.
And I look, his team failed him. His dad tried to protect him. I love that even after the fight, when his dad is going after her, Joshua's like, it's me. I wanted to fight. I'm gonna fight.
Well,
I fight through it. Now you're right. It's such a thin line because you're absolutely right. Hearn should have done the right thing.
Hearn's under pressure. He buckled under pressure.
Joshua's team should have protected him. But at the end of the day, Joshua has been a true professional. He fought the fight that he shouldn't have fought. After the fight, he didn't make excuses. And even when the commentary and the sports announcers are making excuses and making fun of
saying it's a fluke,
right, and not giving Ruiz a credit.
That's your ass, bro. It ain't a fluke.
Yeah. Joshua has remained professional, and I think that's something that's very commendable. I'm impressed by his whole demeanor and his reaction. I think it's good for boxing the way he responded to this fight, and I think it's going to be a good fight. It's in December, right?
November, December. All you need to know that Joshua didn't want to be there.
No.
Was when it's all said and done and over. His shoulders went down. He totally was relaxed. The pressure was off. The ass whooping stopped. And like you said, when he gave the interviews, he was like, glad it was over. He was more glad it was over than the fact that he got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
So that fella was under pressure. And he's young, right? How old is he? 28 maybe? 29? He's the same age as Fury, huh?
Fury looks like he's 147 though.
That's whiskey and iron blood, bro. Yeah, them fucking gypsies. But no, they about the same age, man. So, man, all the signs was there, man. I'm never gonna quit saying. I'm not gonna quit saying how bad his people failed him, man. So I don't give if that offends people. Well, so what? It ain't making an excuse. I'm a coach. I'm a trainer.
You could read me when I'm having an off day, right?
1,000%.
I don't know Joshua personally, but I can look at him. He's bug-eyed. He's confused in the face. He's lacking the confidence.
At some point, he asks his coach.
He's looking for direction, and they don't
He asks
know.
his coach. He says, "What I'm doing wrong."
Right. He's looking for direction.
Well, what did he say? What did he say after the second round? Why do I feel this way?
Yeah. That's what he said. Why do I feel like this? Because you was hurt, asshole, and he done hit you and hurt you again. So you ain't there. You ain't there all the way. Your body and your mind ain't working together, man. So he put out his statement after saying how he's gonna stay with his trainer, stay with Eddie, and stay with all them. Man, I tell you, bro. Let's say Eddie Hearn forced him because he buckled because of so much money on the line, so he pressured him. Okay, that's over with now. Go get him a trainer, man. Go get him some help. Send him to the States, man.
Yeah.
Send him to the States, man. Go find Jonathan Banks, man. When he ain't working with G, when he's finished with this G fight, go get with him, man. Learn how to fight your right height, how to create distance and keep the distance.
But can he be fixed at this point?
Well, that's the thing.
So what's
You want to say physically, yes, but it depends on his mental status. It depends on, and you'll see it, man. They'll see it in the gym if he's there or not.
Victor Ortiz is a good example.
Right.
He was a standout. He did great.
Right.
After Maidan and whoever else,
Ruined.
his confidence
Ruined.
he never peaked again.
Who was it? Was it Mayweather? How many losses did Ortiz have after Mayweather?
For
Yeah, who
every
before
other.
that, though.
Did he?
The first guy exposed him was Kyle, right?
I thought it was Maidan, but
It might have been Maidan, but all of them stopped. He quit on a bunch of them, but Anthony didn't quit. I know a lot of people thought he quit. I didn't think he quit. I think he wasn't there. He was concussed and his mind wasn't working with his body. And that ref had sense enough to look at him and say, hey, man.
could have been another G-Man situation.
Exactly, bro. You done been, people don't understand. The ref's looking at him going, you done been down 4 fucking times. He ain't thinking about that. It's already in his memory. He's saying, and he's looking in his eyes, man, ain't seeing that flash.
200 pounds of G-force hitting you.
Weigh that shit out, man. Yeah. Let's get him out of there, man. Come back and fight another day, bro.
So what's the best case scenario and worst case scenario for Joshua?
Best case is he come back and beat this guy. And get the big money fight against Wilder, bro. Because for some reason, the public has bought into him and Wilder are the best heavyweights. So, if they gonna buy it, they gonna buy it. So,
But how much time do we have left with Fury? How much longer are you gonna stick around?
Fury can stay around 10 more years, bro, if he wanted to. He's like 28.
If you wanted to.
But he was talking.
Fury's a talker. He's a talker, man. Fury talks.
He's retired 3 times.
Yeah.
That's
what I mean.
And the longest he ever stayed was what, 2 years? Yeah, man, that kid, listen, man.
But we can't beat by the time shit.
Who's gonna get old here pretty soon is Wilder. Wilder's what, 34?
So Fury's younger than Wilder.
A lot though.
Is this 7th round? Facebook, we are live on the show.
And we got hit a lot, man.
Podcast.
Oh, it just kept coming, man.
That's not new for that style.
What's the worst case scenario for Joshua?
He gets in there and gets knocked out in 2 rounds.
And that's it.
Why fight? Why keep fighting? Won't be no money in it. There'll be some money in it because the UK, one thing I'll give English boxing fans, man,
They're strong.
they rabid. They back their guys, man. They'll back their guys.
Even when Ricky Hatton ain't shit.
Ricky Kell Brook done showed you he's a quitter. Poor Frank Bruno, anytime he stepped up past B fighters, he got his ass whooped and they backed him forever, man. And they love this guy here too. Now they had an all-time great. Ooh, and couldn't stand. I'll never understand that shit. You got Lennox Lewis and you won't, and that ain't your guy. There's the dreads, huh? Yeah. Andy was never not trying to win this fight, bro. Never.
Nah, he was like a predator in there.
Body language says it all.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get this round over with.
Yeah, he never, Ruiz never came to that corner thinking about anything other than I'm about to win this fight.
What's the upside? What's the ceiling for Ruiz?
Man,
I tell you what, he's gonna be.
I don't want to question this boy. I don't want to question him, man, because A, he can fight. B, you can't judge him by, you can't put a gauge on him. You know how I always say, them boy ribs is touching, they in shape.
Right.
Well, you can't tell with him.
It's so great because you could put him up against Joe Joyce Jr. or somebody, which they already fought.
Chances. Right. Joe Joyce. There's a bunch of heavyweight. Yusuf, what's the boy coming up? The Russian coming up the heavyweight now?
They
Yusuf.
start with a G, right? Some.
I don't know.
Yusuf, the one always training with Loman. But I'll tell you, man, Ruiz is alive and alive to fight, bro.
Listen, yo, you know who my favorite fighter is. I got a poster hanging up on him. I ain't gonna let go of him.
Chavez?
Yeah. Canelo's been around for a while, and I still refuse to show him love just out of loyalty. But I tell you what,
I don't understand that because they're Mexican.
I tell you what, Ruiz, he win a couple more fights. I'm gonna take down that Chavez poster and put a big ass snicker poster with Ruiz because I love everything about him. I love his story.
Ruiz is
I
a
love his
lad dog
attitude.
in all those fights.
I love his humbleness. Even with those little videos that you see him fancied up in the stretch limos.
No, he deserves all that.
Yeah, he deserves. But you can tell
that's not his.
He'd rather be eating some tortillas.
Man, let me tell you something. That fella right there accomplished a great thing.
Yeah.
He deserves all the spoils. He deserves all the attention. All that, man. All that.
There's so many more opportunities now.
Yeah.
We keep talking about Fury, Wilder, and Joshua. How about the other guys who are still yet to establish themselves? I'm a fan of that round Polish heavyweight.
That's fighting Ariola here pretty soon. Yeah.
I think
Got
so.
a funny name?
Bald head.
Yeah.
He look like a baby.
Yeah.
Fat baby. Hey, hell, they almost resemble each other.
And I'm gonna tell you something. If Joshua comes in cautious on that rematch, he might peck his way to a win, and Ruiz still a live dog in the division.
Right.
So
I was gonna say I don't think there's a downside to Ruiz.
yeah, me neither.
Actually, I don't think there's a downside.
Me neither. He took a lot of shots in this fight, but he never wavered. It never deterred him. None of that
He
shit.
was in there.
That's a tough kid.
He was sparring with Holyfield, wasn't he? Back,
Yeah.
When was that clip? When was that clip?
That was, I think he was like 20 or something.
Yeah.
He was younger, but
Then he was in there with Emmanuel Stewart. He was over there training with him too, wasn't he?
Ruiz?
Yeah, I think
He was with Freddie Roach for 7 years. They said. I didn't know he was that pro.
I don't believe.
Did you post something?
No, that was Fury. Fury
Oh,
used to
okay.
train with
Okay.
Fury. Matter of fact, Manuel Stewart told Klitschko, "This is the kid that's gonna beat you, man.
Really?
If you don't gotta fight him, don't fight him." And he ended up, Manny died, and he ended up having to fight Fury and Stewart.
The only thing that would fuck him is if he drastically lost a fight in between.
Didn't get in shape, right? Didn't come to fight and just. And I tell you, bro, he's a live dog. I would lean towards Wilder just because of that right hand, man. And man, I hate to say that because as a trainer, bro, you don't want nobody to think, oh, all I need is this punch.
Well,
But he's got kryptonite in that right hand, man, and it's almost like he's gonna hit it. At some point, he's gonna hit that dude.
yeah, he's gonna shoot from on the ropes, or he's gonna shoot when you on the ropes, and then halfway across the room.
Right.
Facebook, what's going on? We are live here on Soapbox Podcast. We're awaiting the arrival of Robert Redmond Jr. Robert, where you at, man? Over here waiting.
You remember when Joe Jr., I forgot his name, Joe Smith Jr. beat up Bernard Hopkins,
Yeah.
smashed him out the ring.
Yeah.
The next fight, he got knocked out early on in the round. So I can't remember which round it was, but we haven't heard his name since. Worst case, that's how
Yeah.
my man will be. But I doubt that's going to come to fruition because he can box. He can
He can
move.
fight, man. He can fight. He would have to really be slipping. I tell you, he would really have to be not training for Joshua to come in and just walk through it like nothing. I mean, it's heavyweight, so you can get clipped, but he's good, bro. That dude's a fight, man. That dude's a fight, bro. So what's this about your guy, man? Talking about his old trainer, bro.
Triple G.
Nah, and this
This dude did an interview, I think, with Boxing Scene that time. They say Abel Sanchez ain't no real Mexican. He's from California. He ain't no real Mexican. But yeah, you've been with this dude 9 years, got to the unified middleweight title of the world. Been balking about Mexican style the whole
What they
time.
say about you? Man,
Yeah, bro, that's
The Russian,
jive turkey right
the
there.
Russian throwing the Mexican here in Mexico.
And I think it's gonna be a bunch of Mexicans who ride with him. That's what I think. Yeah, they love that dude.
y'all seen Triple G recently? His whole style been changed.
Yeah, he with that crook training now. That shit ain't
He's trying to box a little bit more.
that shit ain't gonna happen. He might, I don't know this Rose. This Rose guy might be another Ruiz that I just don't know. But
He's not.
all you can do with Triple G is get him the punching combination again.
Hey, what about Charlo? Charlo and that Harrison card. Harrison ended up getting hurt, so he got pulled.
Yeah.
What happened?
Say he's rolled his ankle, I guess.
You think he was scared?
No. I think he wanted to renegotiate or his ankles fucked. He's probably trying to get that fight in Detroit or something out of Vegas since he's the champ.
There's been a couple times I've seen him come into fights not so up to par, though. Maybe he wasn't ready.
Right.
Maybe that's all it was.
Right.
Because this is relying on his whole career.
He was schooling her. He was schooling her and ran out of gas. He just ran out of gas and her shopping. But I asked our guy has twin loss in the intensity in camp, and he said, he's still working.
Well,
hard.
he should
Still-
be. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
That's how Houston.
He's got something to prove.
That's how Houston is made, though.
Mhm.
So he's got to go out there and knock this dude out. Otherwise,
Yeah.
That's it, because y'all ain't getting enough respect already. Doesn't matter how many belts you fellas are holding.
Mhm.
Outside of boxing, your name's still not known yet, which is sad. It's a shame.
Try to go mainstream, right? You need to get that mainstream situation.
now you gonna be there too in Vegas, huh?
Yeah.
We got one of our guys down there.
Yeah, we find a guy out of Milwaukee, 2-0 guy. I don't know much about him. Can't really find much on him. What I did see, he can fight.
He's so quick draw Randall, Alpha Wolf, 3-0. He's going for his fourth victory out there in Vegas. Gonna be fighting on this Charlo.
Four fight in about 6 months, huh?
Man, he's been busy.
So,
So, and Marquis Taylor out there too, huh?
yeah.
He's 10-1.
10-1. I think he was in NABF.
Marquis, now he's from Houston too, right? Marquis, or where's he from?
As far as I know, he's based out of. He trains here, so that kid can fight, man. He can fight, man. Yeah, he's tall, rangy.
Reflexes like motherfuckers.
Yeah, so that fight's in Vegas on the 23rd.
And that's on a Sunday?
Yeah, so
And
the
that's gonna be-
Sunday,
that's
Fox
gonna be on
Sports
Fox?
card.
Fox at the Mandalay Bay in Vegas.
Oh, that's gonna be a good show.
Y'all seen Zab Julian got knocked out last night?
By who?
Did he fight?
I don't know.
If
He
you're
got
not
knocked out.
fighting DeMarcus Corley right now, I don't want to see you.
He's
And
he
it
fought
was
somebody
trying
out
to
of
stop
top
him.
111.
Super Judah ain't super no more.
Probably never was, but
He was fast.
but
He was a mini Roy Jones.
that was a long time ago that what you call him exposed him.
Mayweather?
No, before they Costa Zoo. Costa Zoo.
Yeah.
Knocked him in the next week. He was gifted athlete, wasn't he? Zab Julian. I think his dad was some kind of kickboxing champion, so he comes from fighting.
Is this one?
I tell you, there's a guy. Yeah, sell it. That's it.
Let's see what happens. I love her.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Not to hop on, we can leave AJ alone after this, but it was a guy, Felipe Galito is his nickname. Felipe fought this weekend in Mexico and went into a coma, man. Got knocked out, slid right into a coma, man. That's what can happen, bro, in a fight. And so you going there concussed already? You gotta be better than that, bro. You gotta have people looking out for you, man. So and like I said, the night of the fight wasn't the time to call that fight. The night of the fight was the time to call the fight was in the camp when he got hurt. You know, that's when you call that fight.
How old is that kid? He's old already, right?
Early 40s, late 30s.
I would guess 39, maybe.
Yeah.
Paid it. They paid him. He's a name. Not that he didn't try. I'm sure he did, but
his prime was 15 years ago.
right, long time ago.
This was actually one of my favorites until Costa Cruz fucking knocked him out.
Oh, it was fun to watch too.
Yeah. Again, he good with catching the low blow. This was last night. Another one.
Yeah, that was a little bit.
Yeah, the first one was too, yeah. He's hurt.
Oh. Down. Oh.
I seen the knees there.
Fucking knees, man.
Yeah,
Zach can't move like he used to.
the guy was a super flyweight I'm talking about, man. Went to a coma, man. He's in the hospital right now.
When? When was that?
Last night, I think. Friday night.
That's either the third or fourth this year.
Yeah, man.
Dangerous sport.
2 years ago,
It's too dangerous to not have people that's with you that's looking out for you. Yeah.
you know, when Jay-Z and Rock Nation started doing their whole promotional company,
Yeah.
back in a few fighters with Yo Cotto, and then they had a standout prospect, Daniel Franco. Me and Robert were talking about this yesterday, actually. You know, he was forced to retire from his last fight, but thankfully he still got all his faculties. He's not a vegetable or anything, but
I see Adonis Stevenson woke up from
Yeah.
that's a good thing right there. That's another retired fighter because of
brain.
that dude Daniel Franco was saying that he wanted to postpone the fight because he was sick, but the promoter said, "Nah, you got to go through it." I wasn't there, but based off what the reports are so far, that's what they're saying. Motherfucker actually suing Jay-Z.
He got the money. Make it a nuisance. He was just paper.
What?
What you trying to do?
Trying to get that fight up. Last week. Flowers. Someone hacking in my shit. It's going crazy. Look at that.
Give me the line. I don't know.
We got any fights coming up? Any shows? Who's up next? Any big fights?
Triple G tonight.
Tonight, Rose, Triple G,
Yeah.
Fury. Who the Fury fight? And tonight too, huh?
Triple G fights tonight?
Yeah.
On what?
Arizona.
Oscar Valdez.
I'm gonna take my wife out to the movie since ain't nobody fighting worth of shit.
What you gonna go watch?
I don't know. What's up?
Little scary movie coming out.
Yeah. All right,
I I don't know if y'all know about the Llorona.
What?
It's a scary movie about a mom who kills her kids and then goes after other kids. Like,
What is this, a novella?
yeah, no, it's a movie. Well, it's an old Mexican folktale, and it's about a family. A husband cheats on the wife. The wife knows that the father loves the kids the most prized love, so she kills the babies and then kills herself out of remorse. And so rumor has it she'll
Come back or something?
yeah, through the river because she drowned them. And so I told my I was watching the movie. I told my daughter, let's watch this movie. And she goes, okay. So we started watching. Like 5 minutes in, it's a complete scary as fuck. So she's like, no, turn this off, Daddy. It's too much. So then I turn off the TV and it's late already, about 10 o'clock. I said, all right, go to sleep in the room. It's dark as hell. She's like, hell, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right here with you. Oh, look who decided to join us this morning. We have Robert, the Houston Hitman. Just in time. Just in time to review your fight. What's going on, man?
Not much, man.
How you doing this afternoon?
Good. I've been listening.
How you feeling? Good to see you. We're here talking about that Ruiz fight.
Yeah.
Good show. We already went through all that. We'd like to talk about your fight last week on next fight up card here in Houston at the Shrine Arena. It was a good show, man.
Yeah, I think I got to showcase more skill. It's like
A lot more.
power.
Coach, what are your thoughts going into this fight?
I wasn't worried. I ain't got to fight. Nobody hit me. I was confident.
It was a good show, man. It was sold out.
Yeah.
Standing
sold out,
room
yeah.
only.
Shout out to Next Fighter. They did a good job promoting the fight.
Morris and Joe doing the thing.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a turnout.
I think I gained some fans too.
A lot of fans.
Yeah.
I almost gained a coach.
No, man, I'm coach now.
Shit. That I like it, man. It was class fight. We didn't lose around, but
Ryan was talking about Triple G trying to implement a new fighting style, more dance and movement.
That's what I seen. That's what
I ain't never seen Triple G have any movement or
No.
rhythm or nothing.
Not at all. But now he wants to dance around with the jab and
at 30,
move around.
what are you, 38 or 36?
He's older than that. He got to be 37, 38.
I don't see it working. I don't see it happening. I just what was working for Triple G was working for Triple G. And he just dance all you want to with your jab. You're not gonna beat Canelo. I'm sorry. It's just
Shit,
not.
his fans look weird.
I keep thinking that. I mean, it's good job for you and support y'all got, but
I don't even think they're gonna make the fight at this point.
Oh yeah, if he wins tonight, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You gotta get Canelo don't give a shit. You gotta give him 10 fights. You done gave him what, 3? 2? 3? 3? No, just 2.
You gave him 2 fights.
He did, because he
One
got that
rematch.
gimme, and then he fought Jake.
Yeah.
No, he fought that tall.
Yeah, that's a gimme. I was saying Rocky
You
or
know,
something.
it's a little shout out to you.
Loud and ain't nobody here.
I thought they might be.
No, we're using that one.
Oh, okay. Shout out to those Jews. Thanks for having me and all that you're doing in the community.
It's low. What do you call it?
Those Jews.
I'm calling him lying. That question was lying? That's not said. How do you say that name? I'm terrible with names.
That was a tough kid, man.
You got a tough name to me now? Oh yeah, he was there. It was when I knocked him down the first time, I thought that was shit. I thought it was over.
Yeah, man.
I looked back over at him. I was like, oh shit, he gonna give up.
It was a nice
sure-
gorilla.
I'm sure your people was hyping him up in the corner.
Those ain't my people.
You got it.
My people was in my cover.
You don't need to hit that hard.
What? What?
Jack.
Oh, motherfuckers is,
I know him.
motherfuckers can do shit, I just can't say nothing about it.
Man, fuck them people. Jack Fade. He don't even hit that hard.
Who?
Yeah, he said
Go with the corner and tell him,
Oh, yeah.
I know this guy.
You can do it. That kid was
We need
tough.
internet.
That kid was tough and he wasn't that aloof, man. He was trying to fight.
He was trying to
Yeah.
He was so tough, he looked mad at himself every time he got dropped.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't do this again, I'm getting up.
Yeah, I don't think he realized it.
He didn't.
Look at that crowd, man. That was a good
All the way
crowd.
to make your money.
There go Jay Prince scouting the crowd.
Was he there?
Nah.
Yo, who was there was, oh boy,
Skip to my little Tracy
Willie.
McGrady, all them boys.
Willie Man. Willie
Willie
B.
B.
Yeah, I think it was good.
What were your thoughts on this fight, Robert?
Win.
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 Here we go. Shoot. Shout out from Cali, great fight last weekend. Oh, what's up, Lindsay? You rocking and rolling, knocking out all triple. Was his punches bothering you at all?
I never gave him a chance to sit on nothing.
What do you think of the fight, Coach? How did Redmond perform?
We got hit a couple times, I didn't like it.
That's a good combination right there to the body, to the top.
I'm never satisfied anytime we get hit flush.
I think I got hit with the
Hey, did we get the scorecard on this?
Yeah.
Anyone get the scorecard? How'd they score?
About two of them stuck out to me. Huh?
Anybody get the scorecard on this fight?
I did.
No, did it? You? Did you see it? I don't know. Well, let's see what the scorecard is.
Yeah, I think management's supposed to take care of that, right?
Shit. It would have been interesting to have the scorecard fight.
If they scored it any other way but unanimous, then it was bullshit. Now, even though the kid's there, he's tough and he's fighting. I mean, he never got anything
Oh,
going.
he's done it, but
No.
what do you think their corner was coming?
Yeah, I think that
Go get it, man. Go get it.
tough.
You doing great.
That's why I'm working with him, with you, and not the other guy.
Well, this commercial break is brought to you by CJ Sounds here in Katy, Texas. They have two locations. What's the address, Robert? It's a 3616? Shit, I don't remember the guy's name address. They got two locations though. They're CJ Sounds. They're located here in Katy. They have a location on Fire Road and one on 529. Let's go get my speakers done the other day, man. I tell you, ain't nothing like waking up early in the morning, banging some screws, listening to some good music, waking up the neighbors with the sound system they hook you up with. Make sure you stop by CJ Sounds. Promo code Hitman. We're gonna get George in here one day, get him on the show, talk about his company, what he's doing. He's a big supporter of the boxing world, and big supporter of Robert and what he's doing. So we appreciate everything that he does.
You know, anytime one of your guys is coming off a loss, that first round is critical, man. To see, you don't know if unconsciously they want to run out there and make a statement and do something silly, or if it bothers them more than you think or whatever. So Robert was very composed the whole fight actually. So it was spot on. That's how he should have fought. Because you don't want to give a guy, you know, a lot of these guys, man, you know, don't matter what their record is, if they experience for a reason. And they know how to survive, they know how to fight. And they know how to take what you give them, too. If you give them something, they going to take it.
Yeah.
So, you know, that first round is always nerve-wracking, you know.
Yeah, it was a time in the first round that I could find myself and say,
Calm down, man.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Yeah.
You gotta tell your
And that's normal. That's natural because, like I said, we was coming off a disappointing performance. We didn't get the win regardless. So, you know, you go out there and you might, let me knock this smoke out. You know, look at case in point. When AJ clipped Ruiz, he didn't want to be there, ever. And then when he clipped him, what he did, he got frantic and jumped all over him and walked right into the shot. Boom, and he never recovered. So,
and I think with Ruiz's experience, he saw that coming.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, he about to try to get his one back."
yeah. So,
I can right up.
it was a good night, though.
You know what? Let's just go straight to the.
We still live on the Facebook?
Oh yeah. Let's go straight to.
Quinn had a good fight though.
You got your boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was up against it too, because that Tyler kid was there to win, man.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't there to, he was unorthodox being an MMA guy, but once he seen he couldn't win the boxing match, he did what they do. Try to maul you.
Yeah.
He was playing to the crowd too.
But he's a fighting man, you can tell, man. He wanted to try to win, man.
The only adjustment he had was to give him more aggressive.
Yeah, leave him on my head, throw some elbows. At one point, he punched Quentin in his back.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
He was on the rope or something.
I said, hey, to the ref. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't intentional, but it was intentional. You know, he turned his back, but still gonna hit you. You know, he was a tough kid, man. Real tough.
So, did you find out anything on this dude that he's fighting?
I really slowed it down.
Not really. I got one piece of video on it. That's it.
No.
It matters to me,
But
but
confident that he's gonna win. I just think I know something about it.
yeah. I just know he's from Milwaukee and he's undefeated as a professional. I know nothing about his background.
Getting there, excited to look up amateur. Nice one.
USA Boston, man. But you gotta have that full name.
And yeah, but I think that one they created though, that's been like recently. So yeah, they created one where they tracked it. But it's got like Quentin, you only got like 50 fights on there. So it's only whatever they logged in. And I think it's like this year they did that, or the end of last year. And this guy fought pro last year at the end.
Wow.
Yeah, man, pay the bill, man. Got no fucking reception.
No reception, they got no AC. Oh.
How many fights we got coming up
I
out
feel
of
like I'm
this?
in a slave ship.
Come on.
I'm rolling and shit.
We gotta find somewhere to do this.
Do what?
Find
Look at that.
You mean internet and AC, that's all. Only time we got hit in them exchanges like that is when we was a little too far out.
But
So what are you gonna be working on for this next fight? Did you make some adjustments on it?
make it smaller distance. Taking better angles. Realize on how that type of thing.
What round is this going to 4?
True.
I didn't even know they had green girls.
Where you did. One of the windows was the stars of the night. I don't really know.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
She what?
I almost was tempted to look it up.
One of the stars of the night. I don't know. She was like one of the guests.
She was porn star.
Yeah, I can't think of her name though.
They're working.
That's why I don't take pictures with this brother. Man. Never have my face with a porno chick.
Turn around and that's your date for the evening.
Yeah, man.
Just met her 5 seconds.
Yeah.
What we got going on?
Fight on the 13th. She's fighting 20 back.
23rd?
23rd. Who else is fighting coming up?
So we got Triple G.
Roger's fighting on the 13th too.
Oh,
We got Triple G tonight. We need to do.
Diamond is supposed to fight. I don't know this guy. I don't know who this guy is fighting. So he's supposed to win.
Watch him try and make the changes with this new camp, and it just drastically fucks him
this is
up.
what I predict. He gonna start out with that movement shit first. He
Get right back to
two
punch.
rounds, and then
Get right back
he
to
gonna
that
get
front
hit
foot.
because he don't know what he doing, don't know where he at. As soon as he get touched, boom, gonna go back to the
Well, Triple G's a fighter. He ain't the greatest athlete in the world either.
Exactly,
So-
that's what
so
I'm saying.
all
And I
that-
think that not realizing that is gonna be a real problem. And then when he get back to what he do, he's hurting people and beating up on them, then that's what he gonna stick to.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was it. Like you said, Robert, the small changes, seeing where you at.
Have you watched this fight already, Robert?
Yeah.
Really being able to take that 3 and shoot it to it. Damn, just like that. When you see it, that's the small changes that's coming.
It's hard to
Show.
and it's not just Robert, it's every fighter. When a fighter sees he can do things, it don't matter what the fucking plan is, they do that.
Right.
And that's where you get caught. That's where you get clipped. So it's hard to tell, like, it's hard to tell, and Robert listens tremendously in the corner, but it's hard to tell a guy who can just see that jab coming from a mile away and counter off that. They don't want to make him jab. They won't wait for him to jab. Well, you can give a fight away like that, right?
Yep.
And so it's much easier. You seen the 2 jabs he just threw? They hit nothing but air. But to a judge, you fight. That guy's doing nothing. Now, he shoots a long jab and Robert, let's say Robert pulls and counters. Boop! And that's it. Well, it's a stalemate, right? You know, you never know. Judges don't see what lands, what don't land.
Right.
They looking at, like this new thing. Man, I'm hearing all kind of new shit about boxing, man. Like, I'm hearing people on podcasts and talking about, oh, he never fought off his front foot. He's fighting off his back foot. He didn't want to be there and shit. And I'm like, what are these fucking people talking about?
Yeah, like that,
So-
like as if that means that.
Yeah, it's like, do you understand boxing? So, and like I said the other day with that level shit, change levels and shit. Ain't nobody never said that shit. You go to the body, smart, or you don't. You know?
Right.
So all that incorporate, everybody got an opinion about shit. Now, whatever your words is, as long as they work, fine. But you can't rest on your laurels, right? You can't, just because you can do shit don't mean you're supposed to do it. Sometimes you need to do it like the book tells you, right? You take the toaster apart, put it back, you got 4 screws left. You ain't need them fucking screws. And then it shorts your shit out in the kitchen tomorrow. Same thing with the fights, man. Same thing with the fights, man. You gotta fight intelligently, you know, to make it a habit to fight intelligently. You know, just because you could don't mean you should. You know, you can do that. You can shine a little bit. You know, you hurt somebody, you can, you know, fuck with them a little bit. That's fine as long as you're safe. But you get caught up in countering and being faster than somebody, then you end up like Roy Jones, who once you can't do that, now you have nothing. Now the journeyman's knocking you the fuck out. So make it a habit to be safe. Make it a habit to be defensively responsible. Make it a habit to throw straight punches.
We just seen that it worked.
Right. From a guy he was clearly better than.
Right.
The little clip we watched, he was clearly better than that guy.
You know,
and he ended up getting knocked out.
No.
He didn't know, man. Once that battery started going down, and he didn't know where that dude was.
And guess what? And that's when your habit spoke out. So if you're not shooting something to make him punch when you want him to punch, well, when your battery goes down, you sure shit can't make him punch when you want to. So now you're stuck. He's controlling it because he's punching when he wants to.
He would have threw the stool if it was closer, but he just took the knee.
Mm.
Now this is the fourth round, fifth round.
Next round, you had your second win.
So what were you thinking right there? Like, damn, I can use the Snickers?
Nah. I don't know. I feel like
This one, you realize this motherfucker's not going down.
so right there. I went to the body a little bit.
Robert was exchanging hard though, whether it was upstairs or downstairs.
I'm trying to aim that dude.
You can't catch him with that uppercut. You like that,
Right there.
Dude, man.
The body shot sitting on.
Yeah. But he ain't protecting it.
Yep.
Facebook, we appreciate you tuning in. We're in here with the Houston Hitman, Robert Redmond Jr. We're recapping his fight last weekend at the Shrine Arena Theater here in Houston, Texas. He went on to be 7-1-2. He has an upcoming fight July 13th here in Kamarudin, Texas, at the LTD show. Alfonso's going to be the main event at that fight. Make sure you come out and support. We were 3-3 as a team that night too. Roger. When did I say Robert?
Yeah.
Roger Ibarra fought in the second. Was it the second card? Fought in the second card. Had a first round stoppage. He's 3-0, and two of those fights have been first round stoppages, haven't they?
Yep.
His first fight was a quick stoppage. Coach, you've been in his corner for. Coach Derek, you've been in the corner for 2 of his fights. Coach Jack, you've been in his corner all 3 of his fights.
His first one, that was actually on one of Q's cards as well, right? First or second?
Yeah, when they fought in
Beaumont.
No. Well, that wasn't his first fight. Because you were
No,
there.
his first fight was on the T-Bird show.
On the TV show.
Oh.
Yeah, it was you. It was
Dallas.
you, Dallas. It was you and Coach Hyman. He's a good young prospect coming up in the ranks, putting in the work. Coach Hyman, our very own Coach Hyman, helping him out, training him whenever he's in town.
When you got a guy like this, man, anything will get a reaction. That's why you don't fucking lean on athleticism. If Robert steps hard to the right, he's gonna react. If he steps hard to the left, not going nowhere, that guy's gonna react. So touching him, stepping deep, throwing something up there so you can take the deep angles and touch it, all that shit's gonna work. But if you got to the point where you just counter it because you can't, All that goes out the window. But that's how you knock him out. Step hard to the right, he's gonna jump and you're gonna hit him with the left hook. Right? Step hard to the left, he's gonna jump this way, you hit him with the right hand, we go home. You got to stick to the basics in order to not get caught. Not get caught having to fight longer than you need to, right? And again, these game guys, bro,
Yeah, these guys ain't no walkovers neither.
will work, you know, got gloves will work. Them dudes there, man.
This guy.
I don't care if they 500. If it's a bunch of distance fights, they know how to fight, man.
They come in to get paid. They want this win.
And they want them to pay them again.
Yeah.
Next time they got to show them, right?
So we're going into round 5 of this fight. And you feeling good at this point. You well conditioned. You're not tired. You could probably win another 10 rounds, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Easy.
Easy.
Man, that combat sports. Shout out to the combat sports. You got from looking there, they're more mixed martial arts deal, but man, he was all over that filming and interviewing and stuff. Yeah, good coverage, man. Good coverage. Combat sports coverage. That's the name of it. They did.
Combat sports coverage. See? Everyone down? Man down. What you feeling at this point? A little bit of redemption? That it was over?
Then right there, I realized he
Sacrifice.
yeah.
You had that Wilder moment?
Not like that. I just thought it was over. I said like I gotta stay and keep my hand in the game until it's actually over.
Did you tell yourself that? You consciously told yourself that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Houston, Texas, make sure you
Should have split his legs right there and beat him up.
Houston, Texas, make sure you like and follow the Houston Hitman, Robert Redmond Jr. Follow him on all social media pages.
Snap that motherfucker in his head.
Hey, what about Ruiz? Did you see that? How he before the fight he had 84,000 followers, and after the fight he had damn near 1 million.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
Oh, that boy did something great, man. Tremendous.
It's social media. It could be any.
That fight went 7 rounds, man.
Any given minute. You know, I can enjoy this
He
fight.
did it twice.
I can enjoy this fight a lot more right now, watching it on TV.
It was damn near deja vu in the corner when he spun him around.
Paulie Maldonado fighting 27.
I gotta see that.
And that bad
We was talking about that, huh, Coach? That looks interesting.
I watch.
I knew bare knuckle happened underground. I didn't know it was a official sport.
It's fairly new from like,
They had one before that and it didn't catch. And this one they trying to.
this one only has been,
Are they doing it in a cage or in a ring?
I think the ring's a boxing ring. They've been promoting
Nice.
it for like 3 years now.
The end of round 5.
That's a tough guy, man. Robert can punch, man. When Robert's leading into the shots, he can fucking punch, man. That's a tough dude, bro.
Well, he's digging in the body on every time he gets that chance.
Coach Hyman watching with us. Coach Hyman said y'all should zoom in the fight because I can barely see it for us blind folks. Don't worry, Coach. We can barely see it here.
I think that was the
I got pretty close on. Tell him, but Coach ain't on Instagram, I don't think.
If you on Instagram, Coach. Yeah, I recorded that. I wonder what their corner's telling us.
That's what I was just thinking.
You're doing good, son.
And look, we're busting ass.
They could have told him any fucking
We busting ass, and this is Coach Hyman. Coach Hyman, how's Robert's face? How's the smell? He good? Okay. Ain't nothing on that. Okay, you good.
Round 6 of this fight, Robert Redmond Jr. against, do we remember this guy's name?
Rodriguez.
Juan Rodriguez?
Yep.
Juan Rodriguez. He was, I think he was out of Washington, out east.
I thought you said he's from Cali.
From where?
Cali.
Canada?
Cali.
Oh, no, he's not. Thanks to the East Coast. Juan Rodriguez will thank him for taking this fight on short notice. Mikey Garcia pulled out with Robert. It's been walking. How'd the ref do that? We had some good officiating that night, huh?
Oh yeah. Man, for real.
Great officiating. We had some great stoppages. It was a great show, man. Action packed. From start to finish. Was he touching with those body shots at him?
The only thing that he laid the question was the right hand straight 2 times. Right? One on the inside and one on the right.
Who knew he was gonna pay for that?
She got any message for anybody out there? It was a great fight rebounding from the previous fight.
Yeah. I was still probably off the phone some of the previous. I just gotta realize what I'm making. So. Message to everybody out there, I'm fighting again next month on the 13th. Oh.
Yeah, we can go.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the first round that guy showed he was better.
He was down and down that fucking plane.
He didn't know it though. He knew it in this round. This round was the first round I seen him give signs of not wanting to be there. He was trying early.
That is. Get to the neutral corner. That's it. That fight you when you knock out of the night. Good punctuation on the fight.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, H-Town. Like I said, make sure y'all keep your eyes and ears open for Robert Redmond, the Houston Hitman. He's doing his thing. He's gonna keep got a couple fights coming up this year. finish the year strong.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Coach Jack, we appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you for
Being
having
a part
me.
of it. Always he's part of the what do we call them? The three wise men. Part of the corner team. We had Square Business.
You way tighter than you, man.
Hmm?
Talking to them.
What you got? Any closing remarks?
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a hot summer.
Good show. We're gonna stay in shape and we're gonna be ready to perform again.
We got shows coming up July 13th. We have quick draw going to be in Vegas on the Charter Undercard on June 23rd, Sunday on Fox. Make sure you guys tune in and watch that. We have Triple G fight tonight. I'm assuming we're all going to go. We're on the same page. Triple G for prediction.
I don't know the guy's fight.
I don't know enough about the other guy. Rose got it too.
I'm rooting for the left in it.
Let me tell you, dog.
Then
I knew when Mario agreed with me on my prediction with that thing to switch my shit, man. He can't brought me some of that bad juju.
oh, which fight?
Well, AJ.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Did he
man.
pick Ruiz?
No, he picked AJ.
Oh, he picked AJ.
So I knew I should have switched.
Oh man, he's 100%.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Mario,
Yeah.
our in-house.
Yeah.
He's our in-house.
He came up under my thing and said, yeah, man, AJ's gonna walk through this clown. I should have said right there. Whoops, change my mind.
That's the odds for Rose Triple G.
25 to
What's it
1.
looking like?
30. And Triple G favorite.
We'll see.
All right. Well, that is a wrap for us here at the Soapboxing Podcast. Coach, you got anything?
Nah, man,
We appreciate y'all tuning in.
we'll line up something for y'all next week.
We got Robert, the Houston Hitman. Make sure y'all follow him. We appreciate you coming in once again.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Coach Jack, we appreciate everything you do here at the Brian Box Academy. He's our youth. Also being part of the Three Wise Men and the corner team of Square Business. He's also the youth trainer here at the Brian Box Academy. He's doing a great program. These kids love him. So if you're in Houston or in the Katy area, and you have a youth, bring them on in. We'll get them right. Coach Derek.
This goes Derek to be signing off, huh?
All right, man. We'll see y'all next week. We appreciate you tuning in. Soapboxing Podcast.
Tell Robert, look to the corner when he sent you to the movie. Yeah, because you wasn't listening to shit, man.
Where?
The two knockdowns,
Oh, there it is.
all three of us was screaming for you to listen, and you just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Excited? Yeah.